I'm Molly Roberts.
And I'm Drew Goins. Each Friday on Impromptu, we talk through the questions we can't stop thinking about.
Do we need to rethink how much we drink?
Why are companies really asking workers to come back to the office?
Does boycotting a business actually work?
Should we quit social media?
We're here when the news gets personal and the headlines hit home.
Join Molly and me every Friday on Impromptu from Washington Post Opinions.
Find Impromptu wherever you get your podcasts.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app, and we're live on YouTube right now. Hey, someone tell me, are we live on Instagram as well? We were yesterday, but I'm not sure about today. Someone? Anyone? Bueller?
Sounds like from the visual director that we are.
Oh, we are. Okay, we're live on Instagram as well. At Mr. Mo Kelly, at Mr. Mo
Live
Kelly
on
on YouTube and Instagram. Let's get this party started. I just have a group question because I don't know about anyone's personal business. Is there anyone on the show who happens to be Catholic? Even if you're not practicing, just, know.
No, not technically, but I grew up in a town and went to a school that was all Catholics. So it's like if you've ever heard of people who aren't smokers getting secondhand smoke. I got the secondhand white Pope smoke today.
All right. You have a point of reference.
Yes,
you have a point of reference.
absolutely.
And Stefan, thank goodness we have YouTube so people could see you raise your hand because you weren't going to tell us on the mic.
I was ready after Mark, but yeah, not practicing, but technically I'm Catholic too.
Okay. The only reason I asked that, and I went to Georgetown University, which is Jesuit Catholic University institution. I have a point of reference. And I know that selecting a new pope is a big deal around the world. But I'm curious as far as your world, your family, your friends, your circle, was it as big a deal for you? Even if you're not practicing, you can still be aware of it. You can still hear from people who celebrate it and acknowledge it. Was it a big deal?
I think for my dad, he was just really shocked that it was an American, and I didn't know how big of a deal that was in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I'm sure my mom is pretty stoked about it too, and that's pretty much to the extent of my family that I see like regularly.
Okay.
But yeah.
Mark, maybe not this one, but in comparison to previous Pope selections and votes, conclaves, was this a big deal?
Well, it sounds like he's going to more or less continue in the tradition of Pope Francis, from what I understand. And that is already turning out to be polarizing to some people.
See, it's almost like you were in my notes for tonight because my final thought is going to be about the selection of the Pope and how we as Americans particularly have already politicized it when American politics really don't have any variable in the equation in selecting a Pope. But that's how we look at everything through the lens of American politics. So I'll save all that for later on tonight. But Mark, yeah, you and I probably were reading the same headlines, the same social media, the same concerns, the same outrage, and it just confounded me. It just didn't make any sense to me.
No, I agree. It's bizarre to be well, whatever I say here is going to piss somebody off, okay? So I kind of want to just back away from it. But it is strange to see the attitudes of people who say they're Christian be so vicious about something like this.
The first part of your statement is the truest part.
People
say they're Christian. Absolutely. Definitely going to talk about that during my final thought tonight. And LA Metro, speaking of announcements and heads of agencies, LA Metro announces the head of the new police force. And you know what? I actually feel slighted. I should have been there. They should have sent me a personal invite, because if not for me, this would not have happened. If not for my haranguing, this would not have happened. If not for my dedication and willingness to take the verbal barbs and criticism, I said, I'll take all your slings and arrows. If not for that, this would not have happened. The least they could have done was invite me to the ceremony or name the police force after me or something.
A plaque. You deserve a plaque.
I should have gotten my own metro line named after me.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, the Mo line.
Yes. Yes. It's not too late though, right?
No, and there's nothing at all immodest about that either. You completely deserve it.
Oh, I'm not trying to be modest. Oh, no, not on this one. I'm claiming all the credit.
So you're staying in character.
Yes, I don't know if it's character. I think that's who I am.
Okay, all right.
And also, we know that it is, let's call it what it is. It's Mother's Day weekend. Yes, it's Thursday, but you might as well say it's Mother's Day weekend. It's something that you probably would observe throughout the weekend. I was talking to Carnisha. It's like, hey, you're going to bring your mom out here? You're going to go out to New Orleans where you're from? She said, nah, I don't know. I'm like, Tim Howard Jr. It's like, okay, I'm going to leave that alone. But I know that I'm going to take my wife out. I'm going to go see my mother. And part of it is, I know a lot of us may have complicated relationships with mom, or you may have loved mom. And as it gets closer to Mother's Day, maybe she's no longer with us. And it makes it very difficult to prepare for the weekend because you know, in an emotional sense, what's awaiting you. I understand that. But we're going to walk through it together, and we're going to tell you about all the places that you could possibly eat for Mother's Day, and you could treat your family to all sorts of free food and discounts. Jack in the Box is their mascot, Jack Box. Actually, I didn't know that was his name, Jack Box. Like, I guess they named him.
I didn't know that either.
Right.
Wait, is it really?
Yes, Jack Box or Juan Caja, one of the two.
No, it's Jackbox.
I had no idea.
Only Stefan would get that joke.
Yeah.
Please don't make me explain it. Mark is like, I don't get it.
No, it sounds dirty.
No. Juan. Okay, Jack is a derivative of John. Okay, like
Thank you.
JFK.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Juan is Spanish for John.
Thanks for breaking it down.
Caja is Spanish for box.
It sounds really close to caca, though.
Juan Caja.
I don't like it.
It does sound like you're saying you want some caca.
Have it your way.
I
wait,
want
no, that's
caca.
Burger King.
That's Burger King. Get
sorry.
your
Yeah.
fast food franchises
What was I
together.
thinking?
And the sex doctor is back in. He will see us tonight. Sam Zia, already a very, very popular segment on the show. The sex doctor with Sam Zia. He's going to tell us something we didn't already know and hopefully open our eyes to something very new. And also, Google has launched a new film and television production wing. We have it all for you tonight. It's later with Mo Kelly. When we come back, we'll talk about, get this, gas could top $8 next year if this one person happens to be right. Gas, $8 next year in California. We'll talk about it next. KFI AM 640, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. And we're live on YouTube. And we're live on Instagram.
You don't know me yet, but I bet we have something in common. We all wish we were better functioning humans. Maybe figure out how to sleep better, have more meaningful relationships, cook more. That's Search for Practical Knowledge. It's my job at the Washington Post. I host a podcast called Try This. Every episode is like an audio class, and we learn together. I'm Christina Quinn. Now you know me. Check out Try This wherever you're listening.
Instagram.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. We're live on the iHeartRadio app. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. Come join the party, especially the YouTube chat. We have a lot of fun there in the chat. And there's a question for you, Mark Ronner, specifically from the YouTube chat. It comes from Jason Carter. Jason Carter says, ask if Mark Ronner eats fast food.
In a pinch.
But not normally?
I try not to because it's terrible for you, but sometimes you just got to give. We go to In-N-Out if we're going to have fast food.
Oh, yeah.
Why? That's a weird thing to be curious about.
Look, I'm just reading the question in the chat, all right? They want to get to know you better.
I know you, Mo, are also an In-N-Out fan.
Yes, I am. But Jason Carter in the YouTube chat did not direct that question to me.
I like to cook. I'm a pretty decent cook, and I don't want to die early, so I try to eat a little healthier to make up for all my other slovenly, rotten habits.
You usually bring your lunch to work, don't you?
Breakfast,
I should say.
whatever. Yeah.
Your first meal of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get too far away from what we were supposed to talk about, I remember gas when it was under 40 cents. I think as low as 25 cents, but I'm damn sure that I remember when it was 30 something cents a gallon. My father would take me to school, and there was this gas station not too far from Joseph Arnold Elementary School in Torrance, and I'd always look at the gas price. And this was also during the OPEC gas crisis. So I was more conscious of when the prices were going up, and we started to have to gas ration. And they were using our license plate. If you're if your license plate ended in an odd number, then you could get gas on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, even numbers Tuesday, Thursday. It was really ridiculous back then. I talk about that because we were worried about gas getting to if I remember correctly, like $1 a gallon. This is in the early to mid 1970s. And to think we complain now about $5 a gallon, and we got to $5 a gallon mostly here in California. And don't go to Europe. It's much worse in Europe than it is here. But according to a new report, well, let me just play it for you.
Gas prices here in California could skyrocket 75% in 2026.
A gallon of gas could climb as high as $8.43 per gallon. Michael Miche is an associate professor at USC's Marshall School of Business. He says gas prices could see a significant spike next year as a result of California losing 2 refineries in the coming months. Those closures include Phillips 66 here in LA and the Valero refinery in Solano County. The average price of gas here in California right now is $4.79 a gallon. That's $1.64 higher than the national average. So that'll be something fun to look forward to.
Yeah.
Gas prices. $8 a gallon. Yeah, that would be
that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
$8 a gallon. I don't know what I would do at $8 a gallon other than stop driving.
Well, what you would do is you would be like almost the entire rest of the world. It's around $8 most other places on earth.
That is true. I drive a hybrid right now, and that makes it a little bit of a softer landing. I don't have to fill up all that often. I'm getting more than 500 miles per tank.
I was going to say, you must be loving that hybrid right now.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't go back after that.
No, and I was thinking about getting an EV, but I wasn't there yet. I wasn't emotionally there. I wasn't comfortable with the infrastructure being there. Who knows in 3 or 4 years, but right now I'm still not there. So this is something I have to at least concern myself with. Tuala, what's the least amount that you remember seeing as far as gas?
I remember when I was a kid, I think the first time I tried to help my mom fill up the tank, I think gas was around $1.70, $1.80. Mm-hmm. This is around maybe 85. Yeah, mm-hmm. I think it was around 85. And I remember watching the news at night and listening to adults talking and everyone saying, man, sooner or later, gas is going to go up to $2. $2? And that was shocking. That was like, I can't believe it. I mean, what are we going to do? Because,
this is what I always say about capitalism, and I know Mark Ronner would appreciate this. Capitalism only moves in one direction. If you're looking for the days or yearning for the days in which gas was either $1.80 or 35 cents, or you could buy a car for $4,000, or you could buy a house for $57,000. My parents bought their 4-bedroom house that my mother still lives in to this day. They bought it in 1975 for, I think, $54,000, 4-bedroom house. I think it has maybe like 2,800 square feet. My point is, capitalism only moves in one direction. It's never going back to that. Gas is never going back to $1.80. It's, if you're going to have to pay, $8 for a beer as well. And
have you been out recently?
Oh,
that ship sailed too, buddy.
Okay. All right. I know it's like 15 when I go to Dodger Stadium. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a whole nother deal there.
But I think we delude ourselves because we think that, oh my goodness, prices are so high. No, they will always be high. They will always only move in one direction. Now, we may have moments of relief where inflation may come down and you'll see gas come down to, let's say, $3.50 or $4 a gallon. But it's never going back to $2. Not in California. Never. Under any circumstances. And that's why I get frustrated with people who don't understand, or at least understand how history and the future works, where when it comes to capitalism, I remember I had a great rent-controlled apartment in Studio City at the corner of Coldwater Canyon and Ventura Boulevard. $600 a month. $600 a month. A one-bedroom, one bath.
Who do I have to sleep with for a deal like that?
You could be the biggest slut around and you'll never be able to get that.
I'm ready.
And I dare someone to find a $600 per month, one bedroom, one bath in Studio City. You can't find it.
Oh, in Studio City.
Yeah,
no.
Not
I thought you were
indoors.
saying in California. Oh, no.
Oh, no. You probably could somewhere in California that nobody wants to live.
I was about to say, yeah, you wouldn't want to live there. Yeah.
Or like in old Hollywood, you probably could in old Hollywood, but even there is no more old Hollywood. My point is we fret about the idea of gas being $8 an hour, $8 a gallon, but we're not that far away, honestly. We're not that far. It's as inconceivable as it might seem at this moment on this day in 2025. Yeah, if you were thinking back many years ago, it's kind of inevitable. If we get there next year, maybe not. By the end of the decade, yes.
But doesn't gas go further now? I only say that because our vehicles are comparable in size. We both drive vehicles that could literally run somebody over and we could not even fill it. Mm-hmm. Okay. I filled up my tank this past Saturday. And right now, on Thursday, going into Friday, I am still at half full. So my gas is lasting me a lot longer than cars from previous years.
My previous cars, I was saying I'm getting more than 500 miles to the tank right now. I think it's a 14-gallon tank. My previous Hondas, they all get around 300 miles to the tank, which is pretty good. It averages out to like 28 miles highway per gallon. But my point is, yes, the technology's gotten better. The gas consumption cars are better, especially given that they're larger than the cars we had in the 1970s. I should say 1980s. In the 1980s, we had the small car revolution when you had the Japanese imports and then the big three American automotive industry. They started making those small cars because in the 1970s, all we had were the boats. My parents had a bright yellow Lincoln Continental Mark V, which would run down a tank if need be, run over a tank.
Oh yeah, those things. I mean, that is a tank.
Yeah, it is.
It was like a boat,
and it was a status symbol back then. You know, the bigger the car, the better it was, and it got maybe 2 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, right.
maybe downhill. But it's all relative. Yes, the cars are better. To your point, Tuala, better gas consumption, but the prices of gas will always go up. The price of rent will always go up. The kids who are growing up right now won't know of a time in which gas was under $4 a gallon in California. They won't. They won't have any. In the way that I can remember when gas was 30 cents. Yes, I'm older, but still, it has always increased. That trajectory has not changed over the past 50 years.
Yeah, but when gas was 30 cents, that was back when people talked about money in terms like 2 bits, and you could buy a whole side of beef for like $1.
You could. And I remember my parents would smoke and they'd get a carton of cigarettes for $2 or $3 or something.
Oh, less than that.
Yeah. I mean,
remember those old Game of Life commercials where like, you just got $2,000 for a new car.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That won't even be enough for a down payment on a lease.
I was going to say, not even a down payment.
All that to say, as much as we are scared of the idea, my word, of $8 per gallon gas, it's eventually going to get here regardless, no matter what. Yes, you have 2 refineries closing, which may quicken the pace that we get here, but we're going to get there no matter what. Mm-hmm. Just like your family was worried about $2 a gallon back in the 1980s, we can worry about $8 a gallon, but unless we all go to EVs, which supposedly none of us want to do, we're going to be paying $8 a gallon. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube. We're live on the iHeartRadio app. We're live on Instagram. And we're live everywhere. We have more social media platforms we're going to be rolling out in the very near future.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, and Instagram at Mr. Mo Kelly, MrMokelly. I'm kind of in my feelings today. Kind of feel like I've been disrespected. Kind of felt like was left out. You know how your friends may come home or something, they contact you, they say, oh man, you missed the party, it was great. Oh, you should have been there. And somebody, well, should have been where? What are you talking about? The party at such and such place. Well, I would have been there if someone would have invited me. That's how I felt today. When I turned on the TV and I saw Bill Scott, who used to be the police chief in San Francisco, being named as the new Metro PD chief. And I'm thinking like, come on, Metro. Come on. You could not have this type of ceremony where you're going to announce the new Metro police chief and not invite me. In fact, I should be like an honorary police chief or something. You should give me like a resolution, a key to the city, or at least a key to the Metro for all the free publicity I've given you, all the free consultancy work that I've done for you. Oh, my goodness.
And I think eventually we'll be up to just under 700 officers.
It's the new Metro Public Safety Department headed by new chief Bill Scott. He actually resigned today as San Francisco police chief and is actually returning to L.A., where he was deputy chief at LAPD's South Bureau. So he's familiar with the city and the safety problems Metro has been dealing with.
Wait a minute, they didn't include me in the news report? I'm the one who talked about all the problems that Metro had been dealing with. I'm the one who shed all the light on the people getting stabbed, shot, and maimed, and robbed on the Metro. The least they could have done was invited me to the ceremony.
From hijacked buses being chased by LAPD to passengers robbed, shot, and stabbed.
That's what I said.
This one on video in Encino. Just last April, a woman murdered at the Universal City Station in what police call a random attack. The new chief saying,
Can't stop every crime from happening, but there is a less likely possibility when you have adequate and consistent deployment. And officers need to get on buses and ride them and be present.
Wait. I distinctly remember, Tawala. I distinctly remember, Stefan. And I damn sure remember, Mark, that I was the one who said you have to have a physical police presence on these platforms, on these buses, on these trains.
And that's why they should start naming assaults on Metro after you. Hey, don't mow that guy.
Well, if we can name the middle finger after you, Mark Ronner, I think it's only fair.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Don't mow that guy?
Yeah, don't mow that guy. This man was a victim of a violent mow.
Officers need to get on buses and ride them and be present.
I've been saying it for I don't know how long. No credit for anything.
Officers need to get on buses and ride them and be present.
he'll play a key role making public transit effective and safe for the upcoming World Cup and Olympics when visitors like this man will be using it.
I'm a visitor from England.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Wait, why is it wow? He's a visitor from...
He didn't come all the way over here to the United States just to get mowed.
Why is it a big deal that you came one plane flight across the Atlantic?
The new chief saying,
can't stop every crime from happening, but there is a less likely possibility when you have adequate and consistent deployment. And officers need to get on buses and ride them and be present.
That's right.
He'll play a key role making public transit effective and safe for the upcoming World Cup and Olympics when visitors like this man will be using it.
I'm a visitor from England.
Wow.
How uncultured must you be? I'm a visitor. I'm a visitor from the United Kingdom.
Fancy.
I'm a visitor from England.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like genuinely surprised.
It's like well, England. That must be like a 14-hour plane ride.
I'm a visitor from England.
Wow.
Yeah. And
have you heard about what happens in Metro out here?
No, well, some people did say be careful about using the Metro. I'm a visitor from England.
Wow.
Easily impressed.
Oh, they got the tube over there.
Right. I don't think she knows what that is because if you're wowed just by the mere presence of someone from England, the tube is way beyond you.
Can't wait to try your chips.
I'm a visitor from England.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a visitor from England.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could find more people like that in my life who are just easily impressed.
Wow.
I mean,
I thought that was most of the people in your life.
she sounds as if she made believe that he caught the metro here from England.
Maybe that's it.
That's what it is. Maybe she's like, so you can catch the metro all the way here from England? Wow.
They got
That's maybe.
They have a station at Heathrow?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, your teeth look so good for an Englishman.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do what? KFI AM 640 is later with Mo Kelly. Congratulations, Metro. You now have a Metro Police Department chief. Next time, please invite me because there will be another opportunity at some point. It's later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on YouTube, the iHeart.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The 7 from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The 7 is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The 7 podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
Radio app and Instagram.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640, YouTube, Instagram, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. And just want to let you know, programming notes for tomorrow. Yes, we're going to have Name That Movie Called Classic, but it's going to be all about the moms, the fond memories we may have of mom, maybe not so fond memories, depending on if there's a complicated relationship. Maybe you're missing her because she has passed on. We're going to deal with all that tomorrow. We're going to deal with that in song and music. So if there's a favorite song that you have that maybe you want to dedicate to your mother, whether she's still with us or not, we're going to be doing that tomorrow during the second hour. But we're going to be taking your song requests and selections from the YouTube chat. I would inspire you to go ahead and sign up, subscribe, and like the YouTube stream at Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube, and then you'll be able to find it tomorrow if you haven't already done it. And then we can take your selections, but we're specifically taking them from the YouTube chat. It's easier to do it that way. And we're dedicating the whole second hour tomorrow night's show to acknowledge mom, shout out mom, send some musical shout outs to her. And then in Name That Movie Called Classic for the third hour, all those movies will be connected to mom, of course. It'll be thematic in that way. And Twala, are we doing prizes tomorrow? Are we planning for anything?
Yes, in honor of our pre-Mother's Day kickoff, we do have an assortment of prizes that you, if you are a mother or you want to give your mother a Later with Mo Kelly prize, I hope you're not that cheap that you would try to call and win a prize and then gift it to your mother. I hope that's not your plan, but we do have prizes tomorrow.
And speaking of prizes, to all of the Later with Mo Kelly listeners who are teachers that are making such a positive impact, or a nurse making such a positive impact on our larger community, who help keep us safe and healthy, KFI and Stonefire Grill want to treat you and your family together to dinner. So tomorrow, if you are a teacher or a nurse, did you hear that? If you're a teacher or a nurse, listen to our show tomorrow because you'll have a chance to win a $100 Stonefire gift card. It's a $100 Stonefire gift card. So we have the Stonefire gift card that we're giving away. We're going to have the gifts and the giveaways for Name That Movie Called Classic. We're going to be getting your song dedications for hour 2, our music shout outs and memories. It's going to be a really, really fine show. When I did the Mo Kelly show on the weekends, I can say without a doubt that was our most anticipated show. The stories that we heard, the memories which were shared, the tears which were dropped. It's an emotional show. It's a heartfelt show. but it also kind of reminds us the importance of the impact of mothers in our lives. Even if your mother should no longer be with you, I'm quite sure she's still with you in your heart. And it may not even be a biological mother. It could be a mother figure. It could be a teacher. It could be a counselor. It could have been someone who was a guardian. It could have even been a foster home mother, someone who occupied that space and still holds a very special place in your heart right now. So tomorrow is all about moms. And I know there are a lot of people, I mean a lot, who have complicated relationships or complicated memories of mom. And I'm not going to push that aside. I get it. We're the sum total of our experiences, and not all of them are necessarily positive. But there may be someone, or there may be just a singular memory, which is fond enough that you may want to share. We're going to make sure we make that space for you tomorrow. So tomorrow we have Name That Movie Called Classic. Tawala let us know. We're going to be giving away prizes.
Yeah.
We have the $100 Stonefire gift card that we're giving away to either a teacher or a nurse that we're also giving away. And we're going to be shouting out mom and also playing music in memory or celebration of mom. That is all tomorrow. It's later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We are live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Instagram. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ickowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.